Everyone, Amanda here from the First National Bank in Osakis. I just wanted to pop on and do a quick tutorial on FDIC's EDIE the Estimator. It's a great tool that both banks and consumers can use to see what insurance rules and limits apply to a depositor's specific group of deposit accounts. So it's basically going to show you what's insured and what portion of it may exceed the coverage limits of the FDIC insurance. So I just wanted to kind of go through how you can yourself log on to this EDIE the Estimator and estimate what type of coverage your accounts currently have at a certain bank. I also wanted to tell you that if you ever wanted to learn more about your FDIC coverage, feel free to stop into the bank and I would be happy to walk you through what your coverage looks like, and if you exceed the coverage, how we can rearrange your accounts to make your coverage more full over numerous accounts. So first and foremost, one of the most important things that I get from customers is safe money. What is safe money? And how is your money going to be safe? For me, safe money is only as good as the company or the entity that you are banking with and who's insuring it. Something that I love about the FDIC is FDIC guarantees the safety of your money, and since its creation in 1933, no depositor has ever lost a penny. It is also considered a government corporation providing deposit insurance to depositors in the United States. So it is a government-run insurance company that insures your deposit accounts. So accounts such as your checking accounts, savings accounts, if you've got money markets or CDs, those types of accounts are covered. So I just wanted to go ahead and show you how to use the tool. It's very simple, efficient, and an easy way for you to see exactly what type of coverage you have on the accounts that you have at a specific bank. So the first thing you're going to want to do is click the link below. I'll put it in the blog piece. If you also want to just search for this, if you search EDIE the Estimator in Google Chrome or Safari, this will pop up. But if you don't want to search for it, the link will be below and you can just tap on that. Once you tap on the link, it's going to take you to this homepage. Simply go to the Use EDIE Now, which is located right here. It says ready to go, use EDIE now. So I'm going to go ahead and just click that. And once you click that, it's going to take you to what's actually called the EDIE the Estimator. So this is actually where you're going to input all your information of your bank accounts, what type of accounts they are, and how much money you have in those accounts. So the first thing you're going to want to do is pick the bank. Now, something I want to note is because EDIE only calculates coverage for one bank at a time, the bank name that you enter first is going to be the bank that you're going to have to use throughout the whole entire report. So let's say that you use a couple different banks and you would like to have all of those banks on one report. EDIE the Estimator isn't created to do that at this point. So you will have to do, if you've got some money at this bank and a little bit of money at another bank, you'll have to do two separate reports for each bank. So for this instance, as a test trial run, for the bank's name, I'm going to go ahead and put the First National Bank of Osakis. Now, as you can see, you can type a bank lookup here, and I'll show you that here in just a moment. But if you know the name of your bank, you can simply type it in here, and you can either tab or click what type of account it is, or you can simply just click out of that box. Now, if you notice here, this green button popped up. I'll go ahead and highlight it for you so you can see it a little bit better. This green button means that the bank that we entered in here is verified, meaning that you don't have to do anything else. Now, if this green arrow or check mark does not show up when you put your bank name in here, that means that the EDIE the Estimator is just having a hard time finding that bank. So then you can do what we call the bank lookup. So you can click the bank lookup. And when you click the bank lookup, it's actually going to show you all the different states, the city, and the bank names. So just for reference, I'm going to go ahead and show you here. I'm going to go ahead and click Minnesota, and that's going to pop up with all these cities. So let's say you bank in Apple Valley, for instance. All the banks in Apple Valley will pop up here, and you can simply just click the bank that you want to use, and you can click Use this bank. For right now, because I've already gotten the bank in there, I'm just going to go ahead and close out of this. So again, First National Bank of Osakis. I also wanted to mention the what's this. You'll see a lot of what's this with a question mark throughout EDIE the Estimator. It is a great tool for you to go ahead and figure out exactly what EDIE is looking for. When I first went through this report my first time, the what's this button was a great tool to figure out what exactly EDIE the Estimator is looking for. If I had questions as far as if something was or wasn't the right answer, the what's this button is very nice. So all you have to really do is just hover over it, and it's going to pop up all the information of what you would need for that part of the report. And so it does say help, and it has a close button here, so you can close it when you're done looking at it. So that's a great thing. Just wanted to kind of point out it's very helpful. Once you've got your bank name put in and it is verified, you go ahead and you will click the type of account it is. So as you can see here, there is several different account options. It says personal account, a business account, and a government account. Now in this instance, I'm going to go ahead and say that it is a personal account. Now once you click the personal account option, it is going to ask you for the ownership type. So the ownership type is the type of account that it is. So if it's a single, so it's just one person. If it's a joint where there's two people on the account and they are both primary owner and owner signer, they have a pay on death account, a living trust, an IRA. So it's going to ask you what type of account it is. So for this, I'm going to go ahead and say it's just a single account. It's then going to ask you for the owner on the account. Now, something to mention again, in EDIE the Estimator, it does keep track of names. So whatever name you put here as the owner, if it's yourself or a spouse or a child, if you do a youth savers account, you want to make sure that you keep that the same throughout the entire report. So if you add another account, that name should stay the same. So for instance, I would do maybe first name, last initial to make it easy for you to remember what exact name you should use throughout the report. So for me, I'm just going to say this is my account. So I'm going to put Amanda S. It is going to ask you if the owner is living, and I am. And the account nickname. Now, this will also show up in the report. The account nickname is basically what you would like your account to be called in the report. I would suggest doing what type of account it is. So this is a checking account for me. Never mind my bad typing. And then I would also suggest if you have several checking accounts, to make it a little simple, maybe put the last 2 digits of the account number. So I'm going to do 1, 2 here. I would not suggest doing your full account number in a report. Not that FDIC EDIE the Estimator isn't a secure tool, but if you were to print the report or leave the report up on your computer, you don't want to have that type of information out for others to see. So I would just maybe do the last 2 to 3 digits. And if you didn't want to do any of your account number and just put your checking and savings, you definitely can do that as well. And then as far as the account balance, it is going to ask for that. It is going to ask you for the balance only in numerics, dollars and cents. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to put in 1,000. And click out. Now notice each of these boxes have turned green as we've went through the report, and that just means that EDIE the Estimator is verified the answers and that they do make sense. So there isn't any errors. Now, as far as the deposit type here, you can choose if it's a demand deposit type or time and savings. Now, a demand deposit type would be like a checking account. A time and savings account would be something more of like a CD or a savings. If you have a savings account, a youth savers account, that would be a time and savings. So in this interest, it is a checking. So I'm going to go ahead and click deposit. Now, once I click the deposit, everything's green. Looks like I've got everything filled in. I'm going to go ahead and click add to report. Once I click add to report, it's going to open step 2 and it's going to say read your report. So this is where it's actually going to show me my report results as of right now with just the one account. It's showing me my checking 1, 2 is right here. The balance is 1,000. It says the owner's name. There's no beneficiaries that we link to this account. It goes ahead and it puts all your information right there. This is where you can edit an account. So let's say you've decided that, oh shoot, that checking account is actually a joint account. You can click edit. and you can change it and go through and make any changes that you need. Maybe the balance has changed or the type of account you want to change. You can also delete an account. So let's say for some reason you may close a savings account. You no longer have it and you want to go ahead and update this report. You can delete an account here at this time as well. Some other information, if you have any questions in regards to how your accounts are set up, if they're a single or a joint, or if they're pay on death, if there's beneficiaries, if you have any questions on how your accounts are set up and how you need to put them in the system, feel free to stop in or give me a call, and I'm happy to help or explain any questions you may have on your accounts. I know sometimes it can be a little daunting, some of the questions they'll ask, especially with beneficiaries. That can get to be kind of confusing for some people. So feel free to give me a call. That's what I'm here for. So once you've got everything entered in here, you can go ahead and calculate your coverage at this time. So you can figure out what coverage you have as far as FDIC insurance, what will be covered and won't be covered under FDIC. You can also add a new account. So if you wanted to go ahead and add a new account, you can click this button right here, but you can also go back up to step 1 and just click the personal, business, or government account. So just to show you what it looks like to have a couple accounts on a report, I'm going to go ahead and just add one more account. And I'm going to do a joint this time. And I'm also going to go ahead, as far as the owner, I'm going to do Amanda S. Now see how it automatically populated my name there? That's just saying it wants to keep my name Amanda S through every account that I add. And again, that's for the report purpose to make sure the name stays the same. I am living, and then as owner 2, I'm going to put Lance S. And that's my husband, and he is living, so I'm going to say yes. As far as accounts, I'm going to say this is our savings account. And I'm going to put the last 2 digits. And account balance, I'm going to go ahead and I'll just say that we have 1,000 in this one too. And under deposit type, because this is a savings account and not a checking account, I will click time and savings. So once I've got all that populated and everything looks good, I can go ahead and click add to report. Now, you can automatically see now that the savings has popped up. It's right under the checking, so now it's located here. Again, those edit buttons are still available, and you can delete either of these accounts. So once you've got everything in here, you can see, like, for instance, my name, Amanda S. This is my single account. This is telling me that we have a joint account together on this one. Lance is now listed. You can calculate coverage. Now, this is where you're going to see what exactly is covered. So I'm going to go ahead and just click calculate coverage. And at the bottom here, actually at the top here, it says looks good. According to the information you've entered, EDIE estimates that your deposit accounts at this financial institution appear to be fully insured. Now, for whatever reason, let's say that my accounts exceed the $250,000 insurance. This is where it's going to kind of give you a red flag and say, hey, your accounts don't look like they're all fully covered. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. And at that point, if you do get a message like that and you're like, hey, I'd really like to restructure my accounts to see if we can try to get them restructured in a way where I have some better coverage or full coverage on all my accounts, feel free to call me. And again, I'd be happy to explain options for you on how we can do that. So this basically is just stating here at the bottom that the uninsured amount is 0, meaning everything that I'm banking with at First National is insured. And it does say it right there. My balance is 2,000, so that'd be both my accounts added together, and my insured by FDIC is 2,000. So that is the easy way to use EDIE the Estimator. If for whatever reason you want to go ahead and print this report, you can print the report here. You can also create a new report right away. Now, if you do create a report right here, it's going to go ahead and wipe out the current report you've ran. So just know that if you do want to create a new report, it does remove everything that you've ran already. You can add another account to this report. And you can also go up to the top and just click personal, business, or government account. And that also adds another account to this report. And that is pretty much how EDIE the Estimator works. It's a really simple and effective tool. It's been a great tool for us at the bank and very helpful for me personally. I've learned a lot as far as FDIC coverage and how it works, and it does matter how you have your accounts listed. If you're single, joint, if you've got beneficiaries, each of those things make a difference on how the FDIC coverage works. So if you have any questions on how that all works, how you'd be covered, you can now run this report yourself at home on the comfort of your couch with a cup of coffee, or you can come into the bank and you can sit down with me and we can go ahead and take a look at it and run the report right at the bank. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I hope that it kind of opens your eyes a little bit to FDIC insurance, solidifies the fact that your money is safe when your money is insured by FDIC, and that you now have this great tool called EDIE the Estimator that you can use either yourself or at the bank, or you can share it with your friends and teach them how they can see how much they're insured with as well. So thank you so much for watching this video. There will be more videos to come as far as tutorials, so keep an eye out. Thanks, everyone.